Right, so we got the Mazda today. I did look at this the other day. I come out to fit a belt. Basically, the belt was shredded but was still on there. But I did find the old tensioner pulley was seized, while the old roller pulley was seized. So that's on there. And then we got a new tensioner as well, because I couldn't even move the tensioner, so that's fully locked. And these are probably what has actually shredded the belt. And then alternator wise, I couldn't actually get an alternator in time, and basically when I'm spinning this on the one on the car, it is locking up, and then I can spin it and it's locking up, spin it. So this has come off a working car. A guy I know close by does break these MPSs, so he had a nice little alternator there for 40 quid, bargain price. So we're going to bang this on today and yeah, get this one back running. Right, so I've never done one of these before. How the fuck are you meant to get that out of there? This looks like an absolute nightmare. Right, so it does seem like I've got a little bit more room now. What I've basically done is took that cover off, which gives me a little bit of room here. Move the aircon pipe out of the way there. And what I'm going to do is take this engine mount off so I can slightly pull the engine forwards a little bit with the jack underneath. And then I should be able to get that alternator out from here. Fingers crossed. Right, so the electrical connector won't come off right at the back, which is that one. So I'm going to try and take it out with the alternator, or at least turn it around so I can get my pliers on there. I'm getting these bolts out at the moment. That was seriously hard. I can only get in with this. So I've got one at the top there, and then I've got one right below it. So I'm just trying to get them out, which will loosen the alternator. I've got the engine loose as well, so I've got a little bit more movement. But let's see if we can squeeze it out. Right, so that's all loose. As you can see, that is the connector that I'm on about. So I'm just going to pinch this with some long nose pliers now to pull that off without breaking it. Right, and that is all the wiring. That one goes down to the crank sensor. That one's your live for the alternator, and that's your signal wire for the alternator. So if we fold that out of the way now, we have got literally just the alternator loose down here. Somehow I've got to get it out. Right, so that's the alternator back in place. Did manage to squeeze it out. I've just got the idle pulley removed as well. We are doing that. This has actually unseized now. We are still fitting the other one, so he's going to keep a spare one. It's literally 40 quid for a second hand one. So but yeah, this was locking up, but now I've got it actually out and I've span it and span it and span it. It seems to have de-seized itself, but it's better to be on the safe side than put that in and then that gets hot and then fucks the new belt. So we'll get this little roller pulley in and then we'll get our tensioner in.